I would like to begin by asking everyone to consider these two spaces. So to my fellow Haverford students, these rooms may seem familiar to you. The stacks at Lutnick Library on the left and the Skate House on the right. Which room do you feel more drawn to? For me, the answer is obvious. I feel more drawn to the room on the right. But why? I'd like to think my preference goes beyond simply favoring a more lavishly decorated space. There's something about the atmosphere that I'm having a physical reaction to. The way the light's filtering in, the balance of the colors, or even the subtle sense of warmth and comfort that makes one room more inviting than the other. Next, I would like to ask everyone to picture the color beige. Now imagine sitting in the middle of a room, surrounded by bare beige walls, with fluorescent LED ceiling panels shining down on you. The couch that you sit on is black leather, sterile, modern, and so low to the ground that your knees bend uncomfortably. When you look down beside you, you notice the cracked leather on the couch, worn in from the thousands of people who have sat in that same place. I assume that visualizing this is not a very pleasant experience for you all. So that description reflected my first experience stepping into a therapy office this past fall. As an aspiring psychotherapist, it seems important to experience firsthand what it's like being on the receiving end of therapy. And it was a truly enlightening experience. Between the eerie feeling resulting from the flickering, overly bright lighting and the colorless, dull vibe of the room, I vividly remember comparing the space to what I would imagine an interrogation room to be. But when seeking mental health care, one naturally looks for the most qualified or the most geographically convenient practitioner. It's not common to consider looking into the design of a space in which a therapist conducts their practice. Considering the design of a therapy space may also seem unnecessary and expensive. But after becoming aware that in 2023, nearly 59 million people went to therapy, it seems important to consider the spaces in which these millions of people are receiving treatment and how the treatment spaces are contributing to a patient's healing or distress. I would like to make clear that I'm in no way suggesting that hanging up a specific print from Monet's Water Lilies series is going to heal a person who is struggling with their mental health. But research does find that implementing certain changes to one's physical environment can drastically affect your overall well-being. So I interviewed 2 seasoned psychotherapists in order to gain more qualitative data on what currently practicing therapists believe to be most and least important when it comes to the design of a therapy space. Both therapists agreed that lighting, and more specifically having access to natural light, is the most important design element within their spaces. The therapists also felt strongly about having indoor plants and naturalistic artwork within their respective counseling rooms. So research in this area discusses many factors of design that are found to affect one's mental health. Today I will be focusing on the design elements that were most mentioned within the applicable academic research. These design elements can be applied not just within a therapy space, but also within one's space at home or work to facilitate positive emotions and optimal mental health. So in congruence with the factor of design that is thought to be most important to the therapist I interviewed, lighting is also the design element that was most mentioned within research and is deemed as most important to overall well-being. Indeed, having access to natural light within a living or therapy space is heavily recommended. This suggestion draws from research finding that natural light increases positive emotions and reduces stress and depression. If having access to natural light is not feasible, however, and artificial lighting must be used to illuminate a room, it is best to avoid overhead white fluorescent lighting, such as ceiling panels. Yes, those same ceiling panels that as Haverford students are under at the stacks at Lutnick Library, and those same ceiling panels that I was under in that initial therapy office. Research finds that such overly bright lighting irritates people and can often result in headaches. Instead, when using artificial lighting, it is best to use warm tone light bulbs that are placed closer to eye level. This is found to create a low stress and calm environment and can be accomplished by utilizing standing lamps or desk lamps. Another factor of design that is found to affect one's mental health is color. When considering color, research within the US suggests that it is best to use the solid colors green, yellow, blue, and white. These colors are found to elicit feelings of calmness, hope, and comfort. In contrast, the solid colors red, black, and gray elicit negative feelings of sadness, loneliness, and fear. Therefore, these colors in large scale should be avoided as room design elements. Lastly, certain room accessories have been found to engage the senses and facilitate positive emotions. For example, indoor plants and naturalistic artwork improve overall well-being. Specifically, indoor plants have the effect of lowering stress and anxiety levels while promoting improvement in one's mood. Similarly, scenes of naturalistic artwork promote attention and interest and reduce worrisome thoughts and anxieties. So when dwelling on the ways in which the room design elements, lighting, color, and room accessories are found to affect our mental health, we can draw a clear parallel between them. Nature. For lighting, we thrive when surrounded by natural light or warm-toned artificial lighting that replicates a sun rising or setting. For colors, we are drawn towards the colors green, reflecting the trees and grass, yellow reflecting the sun, blue reflecting the sky and bodies of water, and white reflecting the clouds. For room accessories, the two that are found to elicit positive feelings are indoor plants and artwork depicting scenes of nature. As a result of this realization, I became curious about the physical rejections that our bodies have to spaces that fail to include nature. Are our bodies trying to tell us something? So I did some more research and came across the biophilia hypothesis, a theory created by the Pulitzer Prize-winning Harvard professor Edward Wilson. Biophilia, derived from the Greek words love of life, refers to the innate human tendency to connect with nature. Today, we spend more time indoors than our ancestors ever did. Modern life, with its office jobs, technology, and urban living, has distanced us from nature in ways that past generations never experienced. If you think about it, our ancestors lived in close connection to the outside world, hunting, gathering, farming, and navigating open landscapes daily. So what began as research looking at how the design of spaces, specifically therapy offices, affect our well-being, turned into something much, much greater. A realization and reminder that we are called to connect with nature, that we thrive when we embrace nature, whether through natural light, calming colors, or elements that remind us of the outdoors. So whether a person is designing a therapy space, a workspace, or even your own home, we should consider how our environments can support our well-being rather than detract from it. By consciously integrating nature into our spaces, we create more than just visually appealing rooms. We cultivate environments that nurture healing, calmness, and connection. Thank you.